Good morning, Soul Tribe. For a minute there, I couldn't tell if it was recording. So, today is, what is today? Today is Thursday, and I do readings at the Light Emporium store down in Bridge Street in Ashtabula, Ohio. And so I only have a few minutes to drop in and kind of do a quick check-in on my DMs and DFs, of course. We're going to take a look at just a quick message, okay? I want to take a look at what is the overall general energy, because you know we're sitting underneath 6 planets retrograde, I think. Last I checked. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Mercury is due to go retrograde any moment now. And yeah, last night was the new moon in Leo. So big stuff going on. Venus is in retrograde. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in and see where is the general energy for my twin flames, sacred soulmates, ascension partners, whatever you want to call them, and see what's going on. I hope you guys had a great week. This is not my only YouTube channel. I have a main channel that is at T.RS Tarot Talk 1111. If you're interested in checking that out, I do a lot more work over there. It's general readings, usually love readings, but not so specifically geared toward twin souls, sacred soulmates, that kind of thing. All right. Spirit, well, let me say a real quick prayer. Dear Mother, Father, God, please come into this space and bless it. Make it holy ground. Surround us in the white light of love and protection. Cast my ego to the outside so that I may be a clear channel for spirit messages. We ask that it be, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Whew, it's getting hot in here already. Hey. Ooh. Okay. So the overall energy currently for the twin souls, or, you know, I hate going over all the different titles. Sacred soulmates is what I should just stick with, because there are various categories. But basically, if you met somebody and your life has not been the same since, and spiritually you have been turned inside out, upside down, and round and round and round, you're at the right channel. All right, so the overall energy is mine. Look at this picture. Look at the smokestacks. Look at the chaos and conflict. That, by the way, in the Osho, this is the Osho Zen Oracle Tarot Oracle, something like that. That would be the Page of Swords. Okay, but I read these more like oracles. I take into consideration other stuff too, but I read it more like an oracle. And then the bottom of the deck, bottom deck energy is existence. So, just let me check something real quick for you guys. I'm going to clarify these, but yeah. So, in the Osho Zen Tarot, the existence card is actually the Magician. Okay? But look at the imagery. I mean, we've got somebody sitting in quite vulnerably naked in this seed pod, or this big leaf, looking out into the cosmos and kind of wishing upon a star. Intention work, right? So with the Page of Swords and the Magician, if I read it standard, what I feel with that, because the Page of Swords for me in a twin flame or sacred soulmate journey is the student. It is the one who is awakening, who is seeking answers, who is a bit chaotic, confused, not sure what the journey is, not sure why it is, not sure if it even is, okay? But they are the seeker. They are the student. And they can be at any point on their journey. But with the imagery, this makes me think that this could possibly be divine masculine energies, because a lot of divine feminines, at least in the waves I've been working with, but Spirit specifically told me a new wave was awakening. So really it could be DM or DF, quite honestly. But it's that point in the journey where we are seeking answers because we feel lost. We feel extremely shaken up. Like our world isn't what it was or what it seemed to be. Things are changing, shifting. New data, new information, new downloads, new signs, new syncs. The universe is speaking in a language that, believe it or not, we end up understanding. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And if you've been on this journey for a while, you probably did too. But it just feels to me like during all of this shifting energy, we're kind of going back. For those of us that have been on the journey for a while, we might be going back. It's retrograde, right? And looking at the bigger picture again. Like, oh my God, is this real? Am I crazy? Especially if there hasn't been any resolution, any outcomes that make sense to what you've read or what you've heard about union, about self-reflection, about healing. And with the Magician, this is all about manifesting. It's like, oh my God, what have I created? Right? Picasso, what have you created? And how can I recreate? Because underneath it is the World card. And in this deck, it's called Completion. So I do believe the collective currently is looking at all of the chaotic decisions and choices and experiences that we have had in our lives. Possibly before the journey started, during the journey, where we're at now. It seems like it's a life review, and we're a bit confused, wondering, how did I create this again? And learning about the law of attraction, learning about how to become a powerful, conscious creator, right? How can I use my creative source, Godhead energy, which we all have within us, to create a timeline, an experience that we desire to have in a very uplifting, quite frankly, happy way, because underneath that is the Page of Wands. And then under that is understanding. So it just feels like the journey. It's like, I have a new understanding of who I am. I have a new understanding of where I've been. I have a new understanding of why perhaps I've chosen the paths and the experiences, or maybe even attracted the path and experiences that I've had. And I would like to gain some clarity by reviewing my past, right? Because we are looking at the past. And with Venus retrograde, it could very well be my past jobs, because Venus is all about Taurian energy, Libra energy, It's about how we make our money. It's about how we feel in our body. It's about the relationships and love that we give and receive. So it feels like a life review to me. It feels like the soulmates, sacred soulmates, are learning about, I'm hearing reconciling in their mind the data that they've learned on this journey through spiritual guidance, downloads, videos, books, however the seeker sought, right? And really trying to regroup is what it feels like. It feels like a life review and a regroup and a bit of chaos. You know, it's like, it's not organized yet. It's not in an organized way. It's more of a confused, even I'm hearing agonizing way. You know, like, oh my God, is it true that we are creator beings? Is it true that we create with our thoughts and intentions and choices? And if so, maybe I have to take responsibility for the experiences I had, maybe even drop a few forgiveness bombs on people I thought I'd never forgive. It just feels a bit like there's a reckoning going on in the collective. Even those that have been on the journey for a long time, they're looking back and they're like, where have I landed? Excuse me. Where am I now versus where I was when I first awakened? And for those of you that are just now awakening, it's like, OMG, what is this? What's happening? Is this true? Could this be true? Am I that? Is he, she that? Right? And we're looking at how do we use what we've learned to create a better experience moving forward. So I'm going to just get a couple of oracle cards, some advice from spirit, and then I'm going to drop down some messages from your person's higher self. Okay? Just like I said, it's just going to be a little channeling today. I want to, like I said, get a couple of oracles to just ask spirit, you know, what do you need to know on your journey? Why did you click on this? You know, are you confused? Is your mind going everywhere? If it is, remember, if you haven't learned this already, let me teach you that you are a powerful creator being from a creator race, from the original creator. And you create with your thoughts, your speech, your beliefs, and your desires, and your faith. You marry all that together, it's called righteousness. Everything comes into alignment, all of your chakras, everything's singing, your body's singing with what it is you desire. If you can get to that place where everything's in alignment, yes, God, I can visualize it, I desire it, I speak about it, I tell people about it, my heart sings for it, my soul is in alignment with it. When you're there, and then you got to put in that faith, right? It's like, okay, now I'm just going to get in the boat, and I'm going to tuck in my arms and legs, and I'm going to ask for my needs to be met. I'm going to visualize my dreams, and I'm going to allow the seed to go unseen under the soil, full of potential, and with faith, expect my desires to take root and to grow. Needs time, takes time, in time. Sometimes we get spontaneous manifestations, especially during very strong moons. I mean, I remember on my journey, I was tired of doing everything by myself. I've been on mission for a while now, and my twin was going through his karmic lessons. I believe he still is, but I believe he's awakened. He's recently started his divorce. But I felt a little bit of a wobble I guess I would say, because instead of sitting in faith the way I should have, for my twin, I was like, listen, I'm tired of doing everything myself. I need a partner. I want a partner. And then I readjusted it, and I thought, actually, I don't need anybody. I want a hot girl summer. That's all I want. I just want a hot girl summer. I want to be able to manifest a lover, somebody who has the same likes as me, somebody who is on the same level as me. And I got real specific. Speaking of which, I think I just conjured him. He's calling my phone. Anyhow, I got real specific. I wrote it all out, and I did it on a blue moon. Ooh. And by the way, we're going to have a blue moon this month. Okay, the next full moon is a blue moon. It's at the end of August. I don't know the exact date. So we have 2 full moons and a new moon, which we just had the new moon last night in Leo, in the month of August. So if you're looking to manifest, that blue moon's a great, 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 great moment to do so. But be very careful what you ask for, that it's really what you want. I did. I told the universe I want a hot girl summer. I want to manifest a lover, a partner, somebody to have fun with, somebody to go and sing with, because I love to sing, play music with, somebody who has the same interests as me, somebody around the same age as me. I was very specific. Somebody who, I can trust around my child. I have a young boy who's going to be 14 next month. And I got very specific. Now, there were a few things I left out that I wish I would have added. Nothing too horrible, but, good health. Because I manifested this guy, and he's great. And he's ended up being a lot longer than a hot girl summer. I mean, we're going on a year and 2 months now. 1 month. And he's almost perfect. Nobody's ever perfect, right? But he was a heavy smoker, and when I met him, I kind of, being as psych as I am, told him he should quit smoking, and he didn't, and then he had a major heart attack. But he's on the upswing, he's healing, and everything's good, But my twin, I know that this journey isn't over. I know that this is a hiatus. I know that this is, nourishment, why I grow, why I expand. Will I find physical union? I don't know if I need to. There are different twin souls. There are nomadic souls, which don't really need to, right? You can look that up. I might touch on that in another video. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you're dabbling in the law of attraction, even if you're not, if you're in this frame of mind of chaos and conflict and being like, oh my God, overthinking, overprocessing, worrying, you're manifesting more of that. And that's why the World card is next. Spirit's like, listen, it's time to stop that cycle. It's time to replace those thoughts with high vibrational mantras like, I am a powerful conscious creator. I'm not asleep anymore. I recognize that my thoughts, my feelings, my desires, my faith, my voice, abracadabra means with my words I create. And so if you can understand the law of attraction, then you will understand that Spirit is kind of in this reading letting you know that your thoughts create your reality. And so it's time to look at what you've created thus far versus what you hope to create in the future, and maybe end a cycle, a huge cycle of manifesting through chaos, fear, and doubt, worry. So let's get an oracle. The healing light. The healing light. So it's a number 8, and it's a spirit card. So 8 is a huge, huge spiritual number. It's about infinity. It's about divine masculine, divine feminine energies coming into the center state of the yoni, right? It's ones and zeros. It's positives and negatives. It's It's photons, protons, it's neurons, it's the light. Anything with light is encoded with God's source energy and God's source knowledge. And so this card is kind of saying the healing light spotlight, I'm hearing, the healing spotlight has been placed upon you. It's Christed consciousness, right? Enlightenment. In all the religious pictures, portraits, artwork, we see the ring of light around the head. And so the healing light is not chaotic. It is not, well, that's not true. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit just told me, and I am clairaudient, that divine feminine energy actually is chaos. And from chaos comes order, which is the masculine energy of taking the knowledge, taking that chaos, and kind of putting it into application, action. So there's a lot of light pouring into the planet right now. We just had the Kazemi or something like that it's called. I was going to look it up, but I don't want this to be that long. Anyhow, look it up. I think it's Cazimi. I'm not sure, but I think. And it is the heart of the sun. So healing light is pouring in. And because of it, I do think there's a lot of people awakening that have been asleep. And look at, we have another 8. Happy success. I really love this. I really do. Bottom of the deck energy is peace. So Spirit's saying, if you're sitting in this energy, this is what you're creating moving forward. If you're sitting in this energy, peace, the light will come pouring in and bring you the downloads. And it's an intention card. If you read, it's a number 2. It's intention. I intend. God grant me the serenity to accept what I cannot change, courage to change what I can, wisdom to know the difference. Now, in the duality, because we do live in a matrix where duality is the game. It's from which we create, right? Underneath the peace card, we have fear and we have sacred temple. So the sacred temple is our Godhead. It's within. The kingdom of heaven lies within. It is the sacred heart, is the heart with wings, the unburdened and purged heart, right? It's the forgiven and forgiving heart. And so I do believe that there is an option here to clean up our energy and focus on the healing and the happiness and success and peace, and bring ourselves out of fear and worry and stress in order to create intention, the end of a cycle, and the beginning, Page of Wands, through understanding and participation, abundance. So it is a life review. If you find yourself feeling fearful, if you feel yourself looking at the past and wondering, what the hell did I do? How did I do that? Am I going to do that again? I know for me personally, dating again and getting back out there and kind of practicing, the adept, right? Practicing what I've learned in a healthy relationship while in separation has been very, very magical and very healing, because this is the first relationship where I've actually been able to speak my truth, walk my truth, live my truth, hold those healthy boundaries, love myself to the point where I am not codependent or needy. It's like, listen, I love me. If you love me, you'll stick around. If you don't, you go on down the road and I'll be the same as I was when I manifested you. I'll manifest 10 more just like you. You know, it's that place that I was never, ever, ever in my life before. I was always needy and codependent and lost and feeling like nobody loved me, nobody chose me, and I was doing this thing all alone. And as the student, as the Page of Swords, I've learned that no, you don't have to do it alone. There's nothing wrong, even being a sacred soulmate or twin soul, there's nothing wrong with having high-level soulmates in your life that are also there to to practice, to hold those lines, you know, to manifest somebody that actually honors the path that you're walking. And whether it's for a day, a week, a month, a season, or forever, is free will. You get to choose. You get to choose. You are the creator, having an earthly experience in a multiverse, multi-timeline, multi-dimensional existence. And so you are me, and I am you, and we are all. And all is God. So that's your little mini channeling today. I'm going to get some messages from your person if you are in separation. Most of these are messages geared towards separation. If you're in a semi-union state, this could possibly apply, but if whatever doesn't apply, let it fly, okay? It's a collective reading. So, dear Mother, Father, God, could we get clear, accurate, and concise messages for the highest and best good of all that are watching on their sacred soulmate journey from their counterpart, their lab partner, their soulmate? What would their higher self say if they had the courage to speak up? Because that's the hardest part of this journey, is finding our voice through faith. By the way, the participation card is the 1111 Four of Wands Union card. So we have, I hid who I really am from you. Remember too, I don't know if you've learned this yet, but truth is, your person's you. Remember, you are me, and I am you, and we are all, and all is God. Well, on a sacred soulmate journey, they're your mirror. It's when you look at them, if you have a fear of commitment, they will demand that you commit, because boy, they're going to make you face your fears, or they're going to deny you that love that for whatever reason feels like we can't disconnect from, we can't stop wanting, we can't stop thinking about, wanting, needing, desiring. It seems to be a soul contract that you cannot cord cut, you can't get away from, you just can't escape it. And so, you know, in that obsessive energy, we really feel needy. We feel like we have to figure it out. We can't just walk away from it. We can't ignore it. We can't bury our heads. So if you have a huge fear of committing to your person or committing to anybody because of past experiences or childhood trauma or past life trauma, then your person is going to mirror that to you and make you face that mirror and go within and heal whatever needs to be healed and come back again later to see if you can interact and have what you want in a way that doesn't express your fears. If you have a fear of abandonment, guess what? They're going to abandon you. They're going to ghost you. They're going to not show up for you. They're going to do just the opposite of whatever your fear is, because the whole intention of a sacred soulmate is to mirror back to you your hidden brokenness and put it right up in your face to cry and purge and realize and work on and understand and dig within That's the Page of Swords, the seeker. All right? So I hid from you who I really am. Sorry, there's like a glare. I hid who I really am from you. Well, guess what? When the mirror shows up, you got to look into it. No longer are you hiding. You're exposed. And if they're hiding themselves from you, ask yourself, because they are you in the mirror, am I hiding myself from others? Is that part of my trauma? Do I hide my emotions? Do I subconsciously hide who I am from others for fear of abandonment or commitment or infidelity or whatever your trauma bond is? Because you will share a trauma bond that bonds the two of you together. If yours is abandonment, theirs will be the runner. You know, I run away. I abandon. You're afraid of abandonment, and I abandon. We have, I wish I could take back my words. My cat's playing and everything. Ooh, wow. We will be together again. Of course you will, because they are you and you are them. Just one soul in two expressions, right? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I lost myself for a little while. Remember, general reading, take what resonates, leave what don't. We both know I am not the one for you. That's the fear right there. That's that fear. We can be in fear or we can be in peace. Peace would be knowing your value, knowing your worth, and knowing that what's meant for you is never going to miss you, including him or her. Right? Oh, I'm going to have to fix it. She just knocked my fish pump off kilter. I left when I saw you with someone. Now, that could apply to some of you, but that may not. That's pretty specific. So if it's not yours, don't worry about it. And then we have, I know I was a distraction from your pain. And that speaks volumes to me. I don't know about you, but when I met my twin, that's exactly what it was. He was a distraction from my pain. I focused more on him than I did on me. And I did that with everybody. You know, I was codependent. It was all about what was going on out here, not what was going on in here. And so, you know, when the mirror shows up, when that twin soul or that sacred soul partner shows up and mirrors back to you, you kind of have to face that pain, whether you like it or not. Because it won't go away. It'll just get harder and harder and harder until you do the deep dive, until you do the purge. Oh, we have Ace of Swords. I like this. This is about talking, communicating, epiphany. It could be the light, right? It could be having aha moments, downloads, clarity. Clarity. I'm hearing clarity. It's an ace. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, another ace, which we had ace. Did we have an ace? No. No, we had a Page of Wands. Aces are all about new beginnings. It's like, let's do it different. All right, we got two. We have this love scares me. Do you think about me too? Another ace, guys. So we've got, look at, we've got one, one, and two ones. This is pretty cool. So if you've been seeing a lot of ones, and I do, I see 1101, 111, any number of ones and zeros all the time. And 1111 has been my number since God. I want to say like 2007. It's been ungodly. way before I awakened to the twin flame journey. So do you think about me too? This love scares me. I need to know. I'm hearing I need clarity. I need to know. We have you are so very special. Number 21. And ooh, I just want space. If you're sitting in this energy right now, this is the kind of energy where we really don't feel confident to interact with our soulmate, because it is triggering. It's extremely triggering. We have love is the answer, and I'm ready. Yeah, nah. So there seems to be this, are we ready for this new beginning? Because boy, we've got the world. That's the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. And we've also got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all these ones. We have a choice. We have to, Spirit's telling us to look at our energy, look at what we're creating through our fears, and can we transmute that to light and love, because love is the answer. And then the polarity, the yeah, nah, kind of seems to find its niche, and possibly communication could move this into a brand new cycle if and when you're ready. Okay, so this has been our little mini reading, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't spend more time with you. I have to go work. I've got several mission projects that I work on. I sing in a band. I read at a store. I do private readings. By the way, if you're interested in a private reading, I just cleared my calendar. I had shut down readings for a little while, personal private readings, due to the fact that we had 2 new births in the family this month, and we have a wedding in a couple of weeks. My nieces, one niece just had a baby, and the other niece is getting married, and my son just had my first grandchild. And so I wasn't taking any private readings because I had a lot on my plate. However, all the babies just got born. Everybody's healthy and happy, and the wedding is a little bit out, so I am now taking private readings again. If you would like to book a private session with me, I offer a 2-hour deep dive coaching session where I literally channel your guides, your team, your ancestors, whoever wants to come through that works with you on this journey. I can also look at your Akashic records. I can help you with shadow work, with looking at your inner child wounding, your past traumas. And all of that is done intuitively through channeling. And it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, and it's $200. If you're interested, email me at Frick, F-R-I-C-K, Tracie, T-R-A-C-I-E, @gmail.com. And I will see you on the next upload. Namaste.